Hello, and welcome to week 6 of our venture through Isaiah chapter 40 to 66. And we're going to, Lord willing, finish this week the end of Isaiah 42 and do some verses into Isaiah chapter 53. And so for our verse that will look at both the grammar and the letters of, I thought I would do the second verse of chapter 43. And I suppose the reason why I'm attracted to it is because I can think of another song. Maybe I don't know if it was directly inspired by this verse. In fact, it probably isn't. Probably I'm thinking of another verse that when I pass through the fire, or when I see the cloud. Yeah, that's from Exodus. Okay, so I'm off. But I like this verse anyway. It's a great verse. When you pass through the waters, when you pass through the rivers, God's going to be there with you. When you go through the hard times, and this was true for Israel, and it's true for us as well. Well, we'll do the podcast later this week. Let's go ahead and look at the letters. I will again try to pause as I do each letter and each vowel, and then that'll give you a chance to be quick about it, to pause the tape so that you can do the letters for yourself. Let's go ahead and start. So this is a kaf. It has a dagesh in it. Kaf is a begad kafat letter. The k in kafat is the kaf. And so it can take a dagesh. This, however, is a hardening dagesh. It's a light dagesh. It doesn't double the letter. When a dagesh, when a dot, appears in a begad kafat letter at the beginning of a word or at the beginning of a syllable, it's not a doubling dagesh. It's just a hardening dagesh. So this is we're going to pronounce it the same though. Kaf. Now this is a hirik yod, key. So this is pronounced key. Hirik yod is a vowel combination. The yod is a piggyback for a long, it's pronounced E, but for some reason it's called a long I sound. The way we transliterate it is an I with a little hat on the top. And then the thing coming down there, that is it's a accent mark. It's not actually a vowel or a letter. I believe it's called well, I'm not 100% sure what it's called. I was going to say a saluk, but a saluk is usually at the end of a verse. And so this is the very first word. So that would be odd to have a saluk there. A saluk is an accent that is just a little up and down line. So anyway, let's keep going. What letter is this? This is a tav. This is a makif, like a dash. This tav doesn't have a dot in it, I suppose because the fact that it's joined with this makif kind of treats this all as one word. So this isn't treated like the beginning of a syllable. Now I'm pronouncing the tavs the same, whether they have the dagesh in them or not. An older way of pronouncing it would have pronounced this as a th. So it would be tha instead of ta. But modern Hebrew does ta, and that's what I'm going to do. So tav, patak, ayin, katef patak. That's a wee little patak. It's a reduced. It's a baby patak. A patak is a short a. This kamatz is a long a, short a, shorter a, and then shava is the shortest of all. In terms of reducing the vowel. And by reducing the vowel, and by shorter, I mean less and less sound used to say it. So this is tav, patak, ayin, katef patak, bait, cholam, resh. The bait doesn't have a dagesh in it. So this I will pronounce differently. Modern Hebrew pronounces a bait without a dagesh as a V sound. So this would be ta, a, vor. Ta'avor, for when you pass. When you pass. Okay, next word. Bait with a dagesh. This is again a hardening dagesh, not a doubling one. So it's a hard b sound this time. This was a v. This is a b. Patak. Mem, and mem is not a begad kafat letter, so that is definitely a doubling dagesh. So there's two mems in here. Bama, patak, yod, hirik, final mem, bamayim. in the waters. Okay? Talk about the grammar of that on Thursday. Next word. Aleph. Hirik, short hirik this time. It's not a hirik yod, it's just a little hirik. Tav with a dagesh in it. Shava. This is tough, but I think this is a doubling dagesh. Now, tav is a begad kafat letter. It's the t in kafat. So it could be a hardening dagesh, but I think this is a doubling dagesh because of the short vowel, which if this is doubling, then that makes this a vocal schwa. Itaka. This is a final kaf with a kamatz in it. Itaka. Aleph, kamatz, nun, hirik yod. This is ani. We've seen ani before. It means I. With you am I. Okay? When you pass through the waters, with you am I. God is with us. Okay, next line. Again, see if you can say it before I say it. Sharuk. It's a vav, but it's a vav with a dot in it, and so that makes it a sharuk. It's an ooh, and you put the ooh in front of what we call the bump letters. So bait, mem, and pay. When a vav, this is the word for and. When a vav appears before a bait, mem, or pay, it becomes ooh, a sharuk. Okay, so uv, and then this is a patak. Nun with a double in it. It's a doubling dagesh, a doubling dagesh, a dagesh forte, a dagesh gadol, a great dagesh. And so this is a doubled nun. Short vowel, we would expect before. A doubled letter, it's going to be a closed syllable. So bait, patak, nun is a syllable, a closed syllable. If it was an open syllable, it wouldn't have a consonant at the end of the syllable. That's called an open syllable. Again, it doesn't have a dagesh. The bait doesn't, so it's a v sound. Uva, uvan, uvanna. Shava after a doubled letter is a vocal schwa. So uvanna. What letter? Hey, kamatz, resh. The holum, again, I'm sorry, I didn't correct it. The holum should be over the vav. This is a holum vav, a very long O. Tav. So uvan harot. Uvana harot. Uvana, pick me a letter. Okay, no. Lamed, holum, aleph. So lo means not. Yod, hirik, sheen, shava. This must be, when you have two shavas in order, the first one has to close the previous syllable, and the second one has to open the next syllable. So this is yish with a silent shva, ta with a vocal schwa. This is a sheen, shava, tate, shava, pay. There's no dot in it, so it's going to be a ph sound. So yish, ta, fuka. Ishtafuka. So this is a pay, another sharuk, final kaf, kamatz. Okay? Yish to fu ka. Okay, another key with another saluk or whatever that accent is. Anyway, I don't know what it is. So this is kaf with a hardening dagesh, hirik yod, which is a long e in pronunciation, but an I with a hat on it in transliteration. Makef, tav, sere, lamed, sere, a final kaf with a silent schwa. So when you have a shva in a final kaf, it's always a silent schwa. Ki, te lake. When you are going. Bait with a hardening dagesh, vocal schwa. Mem, again, the holum should be over the vav, holum vav. Bamo, in, That's a fancy way of saying in. Normally the bait is right on in the waters, but here this is bamo. It's a kind of a poetic in with a lot more than just the bait. Aleph, Sere, Sheen, Aish, fire is Aish, in the fire. Okay, when you're walking in the fire, do you know this word? We already saw it. See if you can do it. What word is it? Lamed, Cholam, Aleph, the Aleph quiesces after a long vowel. Lo, not. Tav, with no dagish. Hirik, Kaf, probably a doubling dagish because of the short vowel. Tik, tikka. Sounds like a lizard I heard in the Philippines once upon a time. Okay, so doubled kaf with a dagish forte. Tikka, kamatz. Vav, Sagol, Hey. So Sagol, Hey is another kind of piggyback vowel letter. So Tikave, Tikave. This Sagol is usually transliterated with a E with a hat on it. Okay, final line. Vav, Shava, vocal Shva, Lamed, Sagol, Hey, Kamatz. Bait, kamatz, hey. So, v, le, ha, va. So it's pronounced like a V since there's no dagish in the bait there. Lo again, what is it? Lamed, holam, aleph. Lo, it means not. I'm going to have to take this off full screen so I can see it. So we have a tav, hirik, bait, Shava. So after a short vowel, it's a silent shva. So this is a closed syllable, short syllable. Tiv, tiv. Ayin, patak, resh. So tiv ar. Makef, bait. But this is a hardening dagish, not a doubling one. Bait, kamatz. Final kaf with a silent schwa in it. And then this colon at the end of a verse is called a sof pasuk. Okay? Bach. Mozart and Bach here. Okay, so there you have the letters, the consonants, and the vowels of Isaiah 43, verse 2. And on Thursday, Lord willing, we'll talk a little bit more about the grammar and translation of this verse. Thank you. Have a good day.